Vivaldi. There are over 100 browsers you can download right now. Almost nobody uses more than 4 of them. Part 1 covered the browsers everyone knows. This one covers the browsers built by people who looked at Chrome and thought, we can do better. First up is Vivaldi. It was created by John von Tetzchner, the co-founder of Opera. Vivaldi is essentially his attempt to build the browser he always wanted. It's based on Chromium, so websites and Chrome extensions work exactly as you'd expect. But Vivaldi goes much further, packing in an email client, calendar, RSS reader, notes, and even a task manager directly inside the browser. Then there are the customization features. You can stack tabs together, tile multiple tabs side by side, use 2-level tab bars, create your own keyboard shortcuts. It also includes a built-in ad blocker, tracker blocker, and doesn't profile users for advertising. Open Vivaldi's settings for the first time and count the categories in the sidebar. That number alone tells you who this browser is for. The biggest downside is that it can feel overwhelming. The first time you open it, it feels less like a browser and more like a setting menu with a browser attached. I've installed Vivaldi 3 different times. The first 2, I gave up within a day. The third time, I stopped trying to customize everything at once, and that's when I finally understood why people love it. Waterfox. Long before privacy browsers became popular, a 16-year-old developer quietly started building one of the best Firefox alternatives on the internet. That developer was Alex Contos, and the project became Waterfox. It originally started in 2011 as a 64-bit version of Firefox, back when Mozilla didn't even offer one themselves. Think about that for a second. A teenager shipped a 64-bit Firefox before Firefox did. Over the years, Waterfox evolved into a browser for people who wanted a more private Firefox experience. In 2020, Waterfox was acquired by System1, an advertising company. For a browser focused on privacy, that was a genuinely bad look, and it's the reason many people still don't trust it. In 2023, though, Alex Contos bought the project back, making Waterfox independent once again. If you like Firefox but don't want to go as far as LibreWolf, Waterfox strikes a nice balance between familiarity and privacy. The trade-off is that it's maintained by a much smaller team, so updates usually arrive a little later than they do on Firefox. Ecosia. Every time you search the web, someone makes money. Ecosia just decided to spend that money differently. You probably know Ecosia as the search engine that uses its advertising revenue to plant trees. By Ecosia's own reporting, it's helped fund the planting of over 200 million trees. And unlike most companies, it pushes monthly financial reports showing exactly where the money goes. Its browser follows the same philosophy. Built on Chromium, Ecosia includes tracker blocking out of the box and is available on both desktop and mobile. In 2024, Ecosia partnered with Quant to build a European search index, reducing its reliance on Microsoft's Bing for search results. The biggest trade-off is search quality. It's perfectly good for everyday browsing, but Google is still better at handling more complex or obscure searches. You're giving up a little convenience in return for supporting a mission you believe in. I like Ecosia because it's the only browser on this list where the biggest selling point isn't a feature. It's what happens to the money after you search. That's a very different value proposition, and I think it's refreshing. Netscape. Before Chrome dominated the web, one browser was so popular it practically was the internet. That browser was Netscape Navigator. When it launched in 1994, Netscape quickly captured around 80 to 90% of the browser market. It also gave us technologies we still rely on every day, including JavaScript, SSL encryption, which secures the connection between you and a website, and browser cookies. Whether you're logging into a website, shopping online, or clicking a button, you're using ideas Netscape helped bring into the mainstream. Every accept cookies banner you've angrily clicked through in the last 5 years traces back to a company that stopped existing in 2008. Then Microsoft changed everything. Instead of selling Internet Explorer, Microsoft bundled it with Windows for free. Netscape's paid business model couldn't compete, and the battle that followed eventually became one of the biggest antitrust cases in tech history. By 1998, Netscape made one final decision that changed the internet forever. It open-sourced its code. That project became Mozilla, and Mozilla eventually became Firefox. Netscape itself was officially discontinued in 2008, but its legacy never disappeared. Without Netscape, Firefox wouldn't exist. Quick question. Did you ever actually use Netscape, or is this the first time you've heard of it? Let me know in the comments, and if this is filling the gaps from part 1, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel. Helium. Helium became popular by removing almost everything it didn't need. Helium is one of the newest browsers on this list, and it's quickly built a following among privacy enthusiasts and power users. It's based on Chromium, but comes with uBlock Origin built directly into the browser, along with native Bang shortcuts, split view, vertical tabs, a customizable sidebar. One detail that really stands out is what happens the first time you launch it. Nothing. Helium makes 0 web requests on startup. No telemetry, no background handshake, no silent connection to the company's servers. The trade-offs are worth knowing before you install it. There's no account sync, no mobile app. And because it doesn't include Widevine DRM, services like Netflix and many other streaming platforms simply won't play. For me, that's the biggest deal breaker. I think Helium is an excellent second browser for privacy and everyday browsing, but giving up streaming support makes it difficult to recommend as your only browser. Zen browser. If there is one browser that's been getting everyone's attention lately, it's Zen. Unlike most modern browsers, Zen is built on Firefox instead of Chromium. At first glance, Zen feels familiar if you've ever used Arc. It includes workspaces, vertical tabs, split view, and a compact mode designed to maximize screen space and keep you focused. The difference is who's building it. Zen is free, open source, community funded. After Arc shifted into maintenance mode in 2025, many users moved to Zen because it continued developing the workflow they loved on an independent browser engine. For me, Zen is the closest thing to Arc that doesn't feel like it could disappear because a company changed its priorities. That's a pretty compelling reason to give it a try. Orion. Kagi. Most browsers make you choose between Chrome extensions or Firefox extensions. Orion somehow lets you use both. Built by the team behind the Kagi search engine, Orion is available exclusively on Mac OS and iOS. It's based on WebKit, the same browser engine used by Safari, but it does something almost no other browser can. It supports both Chrome and Firefox extensions natively. On top of that, Orion is built around privacy. It has 0 telemetry by design, includes built-in ad and tracker blocking, and because it's running WebKit on Apple hardware, it's also one of the most battery-efficient browsers you can use on a Mac. There are a couple of catches. Orion is Apple only. It spent a long time in beta. If you watched part 1, you'll remember that every browser on iPhone is required to use Safari's engine underneath. Most developers see that as a limitation. Orion turned it into its biggest advantage. Comodo Dragon. Not every privacy browser gets a happy ending. Comodo Dragon is proof of that. Released in 2010 by the security company Comodo, Dragon was built as a version of Chromium with Google's tracking removed, while adding Comodo's own secure DNS and certificate validation features. If you preferred Firefox, Comodo also offered a sister browser called Ice Dragon. On paper, it sounded like the best of both worlds. Chrome's compatibility with extra privacy and security. The problem is what happened next. Development gradually slowed down, and today Comodo Dragon is effectively a legacy browser with very little meaningful market presence. An outdated Chromium browser isn't safer than Chrome. Yandex Browser. Built by the Russian technology company Yandex, it's based on Chromium and is one of the most widely used browsers in the world, dominating Russia and maintaining a strong presence across Central Asia. It comes packed with features including turbo mode for loading websites faster on slow internet connections, built-in translation, a security suite called Protect, DNS crypt support, and deep integration with Alice, Yandex's AI assistant. There is one point worth mentioning. Because Yandex is a Russian company, it's subject to Russian data laws. And to be fair, that's the same standard we should apply everywhere. Chrome answers to US law, Yandex answers to Russian law. Whether you use it or not, Yandex Browser deserves a place in this video. More people use it every day than most of the browsers we've covered, yet many Western users have never even heard its name. UC Browser, Alibaba. Owned by Alibaba, UC Browser became the dominant mobile browser across India, Indonesia, and much of Southeast Asia, eventually reaching more than 500 million users. Its success came down to one thing: speed. Back when millions of people were still using 2G and 3G networks, UC Browser compressed web pages before sending them to your phone. That meant websites loaded much faster while using far less mobile data. making the internet usable on devices that struggled with Chrome or Firefox. Then everything changed. In 2020, India banned UC Browser alongside dozens of other Chinese apps over data security concerns. Its user base collapsed almost overnight, and it never recovered its former position. Honorable mentions: Pale Moon, a long-running Firefox fork that refused to abandon the old XUL extension system. It has a small but loyal community and continues to receive updates. If browsers had a Debian equivalent, this would probably be it. Min, a lightweight open-source browser focused on simplicity, all while staying under 100 megabytes. It's for people who think even Helium has too many buttons. And that's part 2. From Vivaldi packing an entire email client into a browser, to UC Browser reaching over 500 million people before disappearing from one of its biggest markets. It just goes to show there's a lot more to web browsers than Chrome, Edge, and Safari. Part 1 was the story of who won. Part 2 is the story of everyone who decided winning wasn't the point. Now I want to know, which browser on this list had you never heard of? And more importantly, which one are you actually thinking about downloading? If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. Every week, we break down the tech you use every day and explain the stories behind it. Now here's the thing. We've spent 2 videos explaining the software you use to access the internet. But once you're online, the next thing everyone runs into is AI. GPT 5.2, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, Llama. They all claim to be the best, but most people have no idea what actually makes them different. That's exactly what we cover in every AI model explained. Click the video on screen, and I'll see you there.